Streaming from Oklahoma's own digital studio, this is Dave Davis with Your Money Matters.
Hey everybody, we're back here in the News on 6 digital studio. I'm Dave Davis with News on 6 and Your Money Matters. Today we are talking about artificial intelligence, AI. Some people are scared of it, some people are embracing it. A lot of us maybe don't know what it fully means. And so we're going to really get into this from a financial perspective, because after all, with Your Money Matters, we want you to know what's going on in the world of finance as it relates to your pocketbook, your family, your household, your credit card, and how you can interpret all this news that we have about finance, the interest rates, artificial intelligence, and what it means for you in the bottom line. It could be electric bills, it could be the grocery store bills, all kinds of things. We're going to get into it today with Josh Herlan, Future You Financial. Josh, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Dave. What great weather we're having here in Tulsa. Would you thank Travis Meyer for us for that? So.
Okay, yeah, we'll have to do that. Hey, let's just start off by overall at Future You Financial. How are you in your company viewing artificial intelligence, a revolution that is not really coming, it's already here?
Dave, it's already here. We're gearing up, my family is, for hockey season. And one reason the Tulsa Oilers will face off here in a couple weeks, one reason I love hockey is because one of my favorite investment quotes comes from Wayne Gretzky. And Wayne Gretzky says, skate where the puck is headed. Well, the puck is headed towards AI. This year alone, 2025, corporations have spent $1.5 trillion investing in technology and AI, and we're in an arms race, right? It's who's going to get there fastest and scale and dominate the space. It's not whether or not AI is going to take over your job, it's whether or not you're going to use AI in your job. And it's...
Oh, and I wanted to get on that because you sent this to me, and so say that again. It's not if AI will be used in your job, if you adapt.
Correct. If you'll be the one using AI in your job, right?
Yeah. So tell us more about what that means from a financial perspective. At Future You Financial, how are you planning on using AI to help customers? How are customers, bank customers, finance? How are they going to be interacting with AI here in the near future if they aren't already?
Sure. Well, artificial intelligence is changing the investment landscape. I worked as a financial advisor for 18 years, most of those years at two of the largest global wealth management firms. And talking to a financial advisor can be really intimidating and scary, right? We never want to talk about our past financial mistakes or how much we're not saving. And so 5 years ago, I quit the major firms and started my own firm, Future You Financial, in order to help create an AI chatbot that helps you quantify those investment decisions, right? Because investing in money is really emotional. Do I invest in my kid's lacrosse team so he gets a good scholarship, or do I put that money in a 529, right? And so that's where AI with like a chatbot that's really secure and knows you personally can really help you quantify those decisions. And we're a platform agnostic. We kind of sit in the back seat or maybe the front seat like you would your autonomous driver, and we can grab the wheel if we're going to hit run a red light, or just sit back and enjoy the ride and ask us questions along the way. So that's the role we're trying to play.
Yeah, and some of the other things you'd mentioned, because we've been emailing back and forth with this, because obviously this is a huge space. AI, we're talking about, there's a lot of AI generated images now, not even deep fakes, it's even bigger than that. We're seeing people being put into movie sets that aren't in movies. We're seeing AI videos of, like alligators coming up to kids, and it's just totally fake. But we want to test in on this finance speed, the speed with which AI works. I kind of have 4 bullet points for AI and finance. Speed. So tell me about what this means, how fast things are happening.
Sure. Well, finance and AI are really big industries and sectors. So there's a lot of different aspects for finance. A lot of firms are using AI to help quantify lenders quicker, make sure you can afford your credit applications. Blockchain, of course, is a huge secure platform. It's moving up the rate of change of finance. Money is just moving faster. It's easier and more secure to get transactions done. So.
And then you talked about the financial advisors and people, having hesitancy opening up to financial advisors. How could AI change that if folks maybe didn't want to talk to an advisor or were hesitant to give the full picture?
Sure. I mean, This morning, my dad's supposed to come to town, and he got news that he had a brain scan he's worried about. And so, honestly, I put it in Chat GPT. I got a really quick answer. It sounds like he's going to be fine. I know a brain surgeon, but I'm not going to text him right now. He's probably in surgery, right? So, I think it's just adding that little base layer of like, am I okay? What's this decision to help quantify some of those emotions? And then you can ask your financial advisor about that, or just use it to increase the dialogue. Our industry is so bad at speaking in jargon, and I think that's one way AI can help, like get people on the same page.
I'm also curious what you think, because what you do at Future You Financial, it seems to be in conflict with people just asking ChatGPT finance advice. It seems to be like, well, I could just get this answer from ChatGPT. Like, how much should I put in my 401k if I want to retire by this age? Or should I split it between Roth and 401k? How do you view people getting advice from AI and just using that ChatGPT to guide their finances?
Well, Dave, I don't want people to let AI make decisions for them, right? So we're trying to develop an app that helps them give them the right information to make the best decision. And you have to be really mindful that a lot of that is public data when you put it in there. And so you want to make sure you're asking kind of general questions and not giving it too much of your personal information. But again, I think that's where the secret sauce is. If you can make, and we're working on making that secure, so you can ask it more personal information and it talks to all your accounts, right? So we can get a trend line of, how does my wife wants a bigger boat and a lake house, right? Well, how does that affect my retirement date, And maybe that's a germane issue, but I think it's a typical issue of a lot of families.
And so it sounds like with this app and what you're developing at Future You Financial, it sounds like you're really trying to integrate AI. And I don't know, would you say it's fully embracing it? I mean, how would you quantify that in terms of Future You and AI? Because it sounds like you're all in.
We are all in. We're focused on the behavioral aspect of finance, right? And so we're not using AI to do portfolio management or algorithms. Certainly not at this point. I know there are firms out there doing that. But we can help you answer questions like, how does inflation affect my retirement? Inflation's it depends on the person, right? If you drive a lot, gas prices are still kind of cheap. It's not that much more expensive to drive to the grocery store. But Lord help us when we get there, right? Look at the cost of beef. So
right.
That's helping out our Oklahoma farmers and ranchers, which is great. But again, healthcare is also another inflation issue, right? So if you're a senior, maybe we can help you or use an AI app to model and predict your future healthcare costs. So.
You've also mentioned, and just pulling up the screen again, and pardon me, I do have to look down here at my control board, my Star Trek control panel to get this going, but I want to talk about this top piece because regulation is a big thing. It's been talked about by some lawmakers at the state and national level. There has not really, do you feel like there's been a concerted government effort to try to regulate it in America? Because I don't. And I feel like this is going to be something that really state and local governments, federal governments are going to have to really look at regulation. How do you feel about specifically government regulation around artificial intelligence?
I think government regulation around artificial intelligence is necessary. Some firms are really good at putting safety first, and some aren't so good. I think there's this, national fear of China beating us, and China is, making huge strides and ahead in a lot of areas. And so I think that's, cybersecurity is a big risk, and that's why we need data centers and chip manufacturers here in the United States. You can't have a chip infected with malware driving around your politicians in autonomous vehicles or anyone for that matter. So I really think it's an arms race, and there's a push-pull there, and there should be. We want to advance it and move ahead, but we also make sure it's safe and we're not, going to implode ourselves. So.
Right. In terms of the future and how people interact with their money, where do you see AI going in terms of checking accounts, banking accounts? I mean, at the time, people used to get paychecks and then they moved to direct deposit, and now you can get it on your phone and you can look at your paychecks and move thousands of dollars, if not more, just with clicks of a button. Do you feel like there's that next step forward for you and I, people watching this right now, who are like, boy, I mean, I was already kind of scared of mobile banking. Like I like, paychecks and going to the bank. What do you feel like that next step is of like beyond now just like mobile banking and money transfers with a couple clicks?
The next step for mobile banking and beyond,
Banking in general and how people interact with their money.
I think a broader theme is I want it to be used for the consumer good and then put the consumers first. And I think that's rare. Our society kind of monetizes sales. And so I think you're seeing a lot of it in marketing, right? Meta, for example, is selling you really cheap sunglasses that have cameras in them. And what they're doing is they're using that data to train the robots. And the robots are coming. Again, I would like to see it put consumers first. That's why we're platform agnostic and we're advice only. We don't have any ties to any other financial firms. And so we can try to do that. And so, again, I think the consumer just needs to be smart and wary because you get push and pull from a lot of different directions. But in a best case scenario, I think you type in what are the best mortgage rates and you get the best top tier banks, and it kind of knows you and makes that process easy and simpler. And our goal is just, again, we don't want to make the decision for you, but you hit confirm, and now your mortgage is approved or your trade is approved or whatever platform you want to be. So,
yeah. Well, this has been a great discussion, Josh, and I just wanted to give you a final word. I've been driving the questions here, been asking all the questions, just something that maybe we didn't get to that you would like to address on artificial intelligence as it relates to finance.
Again, I just be aware of your data security and be careful with it. It is public domain, a lot of it. Learn how to prompt. I think that's a big issue. Learn how to use it. You need to be spending time with it and on it. And just don't let it make all the decisions for you, right? I think these models are trained to get close to you and want to be your best friend. It's just a computer in the end, and it's there to serve you as a tool and help you make decisions, not make decisions for you. So,
Josh Herlan with Future You Financial. This has been a great discussion. I do appreciate you coming on. You've been on here with us a couple times, and I'm sure we'll have you on again as the world of finance is ever changing and evolving. So, Josh, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, guys.
You can see many more videos like this on our YouTube channel, News on 6 YouTube channel, Your Money Matters. I'm Dave Davis. Have a great day.
Thank you for watching this Oklahoma's own digital studio stream. Stay with News on 6 online and on television anytime for the latest news, weather, and sports.